Yeah, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me properly. You can see me. Yes, good evening everyone. Yes, I'm good. How are you guys? How's everything? Just let me know if you can hear me and see me properly. So we'll discuss a 15 days strategy in this, what we can do in the last 15 days and what are the important criteria in the answer writing. Yeah, thank you. So this is how we'll proceed in this session, and we'll try to understand how we can qualify this exam together, okay, to make a mark. So we'll discuss few points regarding answer writing and what should be the strategy. So there are two things, answer writing and the strategy session. Audio and video both are clear? Yeah, thanks a lot. So start in a minute. Maybe the pen color is black would be good. Yes, so orange white combination. Okay, so Indian Economic Service, this is answer writing and strategy session. So what we will do in this session, we'll try to understand in the last 15 days what are the things you can do to make most of this. Like you must have seen any cricket match, or in any, like right now football matches are also going. So you know that the last 15 minutes, last 15 overs, last 15 days, these are important things. The same line you must have seen in cricket, last के overs important होता है ना. So on the same lines it will be ठीक है. Another thing is green pen. Let's see if green looks good. Me working, visibility, orange, white and green, तिरंगा बनाना है. I think black is good. ठीक है. So 15 days strategy, this is we'll start understanding. Now what are the three important things to keep in mind while writing the exam? If you see the syllabus, there are three things. One is current affairs, the current events. The second is a static portion mentioned in the syllabus, and in, we can say, the third and the most important part is to amalgamate these two and get this one. Okay, so this is what the expectation is. One is current affairs, you have to revise the current affairs, then you have to revise the static portion and do the writing practice. Now for writing practice, your examination would be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 noon, and the second shift would be 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so what I expect from you is the morning shift and the afternoon shift. At home also you have to keep writing at this time period. So whenever you are reading or revising, do write simultaneously. This is what I need from your side. Okay, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. writing practice you have to do. It means on a daily basis you have to do 6 hours of writing practice. If you do not do 6 hours of writing practice, you will be out of the competition due to fatigue. थकान से ही आप बाहर हो जाओगे एग्जाम में. यूपीएससी एग्जामिनेशन इज नॉट अबाउट नॉलेज ओनली, इट्स अबाउट हाउ मच लेबर यू आर पुटिंग. ठीक है. So important thing is that you have to write 6 hours on a daily basis. So our revision sessions, 15 days strategy, you have to keep in mind these time slots. Why? Because if you read and write in these time slots, it will be easy. Let me clarify again. It will be easy for you to replicate the same thing in the examination hall on 16th of July. Okay, the examination is pretty long, 6 papers, 3 days. Continuously you have to write 6 hours for 3 days. So you need a lot of practice of writing answers, lot of practice of taking your mind functioning in these time period. Okay, समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों को? सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट क्या है कि आप इस टाइम पीरियड में आप लोग रेडी ले रहे हैं, दिमाग से भी और हाथों से भी. आपको ध्यान से इसी टाइम में लिखना है. ओके, फॉर आवर साउथ इंडियन फ्रेंड्स एंड नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न फ्रेंड्स, I am repeating the same thing in English as well as in Hindi. So if I am speaking Hindi, you are not missing out on anything. ठीक है. तो मेरे कहने का मतलब है 9 बजे से 12 बजे तक और 2 बजे से 5 बजे तक आपको प्रैक्टिस करना है. If you do the practice in these time, it will be helpful for you. Now for your 15 days strategy, I have divided into sessions. Okay, how you can read. So session 1, it means from 9 to 12 in the morning, and afternoon session means 2 to 5, okay, in the afternoon. So 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is the most important. So session 1 means day 1. Okay, all of you. Getting my point? So today is 27th, so we'll be starting from 28th. Okay, so this is 28th June. What you have to do, you have to revise the current affairs. Okay, revise the current affairs and read Indian economy revision. Here I am talking about revision, nothing new. Okay, so do not read anything new here. Read what? Only what you have read earlier. So here in the last 15 days, कुछ नया नहीं पढ़ना है हमको. ठीक है, जो पढ़ा हुआ है उसी को रिवाइज करना है. अभी मैं बताऊंगा कैसे रिवाइज करना है. ठीक है. So no need to read anything new. Session 1 is day 1, 28th June. You have to read current affairs in the morning and you have to read Indian economy in the afternoon session. What you will do right now, whatever you are reading, you have to keep writing as well. If suppose I am reading current affairs, revising current affairs, take a A4 size page and keep on writing in short. It doesn't matter what you write, but you have to keep writing because you have to develop that fitness level for your hand and for your mind so that it can deliver the same result into the examination hall. I hope it is clear. Ankita Mahajan is asking for how many months current affairs are important. I would say 1 year. 1 year of current affairs. September 2020. Akshat is saying, if I appear first day, then the absent for the 2 days. Is there going to be a problem in the future? Can I give UPSC exams in the future? If like Akshat, if you can appear for day 1, your attendance will be marked for the day. Then whether you attempt or not, it will have no impact on the further attempts. But if you are taking pain going to the examination center, writing exams for day 1, then I think you should go and write because you will gain experience. So even in future if you give, it will help, that experience will help. Okay. Then session 2, it means it will be on 29th June. You have to read a static portion in the morning, and that too of Indian economy. So current affairs related to Indian economy, because although they are not asking directly, but you have to mention in the answers as well. Static portion of Indian economy, like Sarkariya Commission report, like the planning process. Okay, these are the important things. Session 2 done, it means day 2, 29 June. Then session 3, that will be on 30th June. Okay, English, do not ignore it, because this is also the part of the merit. Then GE2 is having a vast coverage. Now you understand, in GE2 there are 3 important subjects of economics: macroeconomics, growth and development, and international economics. So you have to devote enough time so that you can revise these lengthy subjects. Getting my point? Session 4, it will be on 1st July. Okay, 1st July. What do you have to revise? Revise general studies and G3. G3 is having a small syllabus. Okay, so revise environment, public finance, and industrial economics. So on 1st July, focus on G3. Then session 5, it means 2nd of July, G3 again. So it will complete. Now how to do revision, that I will let you know. We will be having some session on Ecoholics mobile app. If you want this PPT, you can get from the Ecoholics mobile app, and I will upload after this session. I will upload this PPT in the study material section. So if you open the app, and like this is the app interface. On top you will find this menu, or you will find your photo, a circle. Then click on that, you will find free study material. In that folder you go and you will find a PPT, and I will upload there. Then session 5 done, static portion G3. So it means for 3 sessions, it means for 9 hours you will be reading this. Session number 6, that is on 3rd July. Okay, on 3rd July you have to read current affairs again and GE2. Remember the last slide we had discussed, GE2 is having a lengthy syllabus, so you need to devote some more time. Why current affairs? Because it may require you to write some answers related to current, like World Bank answers, or the 8th module if you remember, global institutions. Okay. Next, session number 7. So it will be on 4th July. This will be on 5th July. And this will be on 6th July. Okay. So session 7, session 8 and session 9, GE2, having a vast syllabus. So you have to read this. Again, static portion, like growth and development, theories of international economics, theories of macroeconomics, and then current events, so that you can incorporate these into the answer writing. Okay. After few minutes we will discuss कैसे आपको आंसर लिखना है एग्जाम में, है ना. After few minutes we will discuss how to write answers in the exam. Then session number 10, G1, because here you have to revise vast subjects like microeconomics, tend to forget, subjects like statistics, and subjects like econometrics, in short we call ecotrix, and some concepts of mathematical economics. So it will take time to revise. Now again the current affairs, they will not ask in G1, but still after a break you have to again brush up your current affairs. Then a static portion, microeconomics of G1, in the morning session, in the afternoon session. Okay. Then session 13, the same session. So if you remember, this is 6th July, this is 7th July, 8th July and 9th July. So here we are reaching at 10th July, 11th and 12th. Okay. Static portion, mental revision. Now what does it mean? What do you understand by mental revision? क्या मतलब है इस चीज़ का? It means if there's there are notes in front of you, you read one line, try to revise mentally. Like what will come in the theory given by Haksher-Olin in international economics. What is there in the Harrod-Domer model? So you open your copy Harrod-Domer model, try to revise mentally. Then if you forget anything in between, just look it back to your copy. Then look at front and then try to revise. This is what we call mental revision. 11th and 12th you have to do the same thing. I hope the idea is clear. Now we will discuss the basics of writing. I hope everything is clear till this point. If you have anything to be asked, you can ask. Okay. So there are a few questions. Mona Lisa is asking, session conducted on YouTube. This is a timetable that you have to follow as a self-study, and this we will help our students, those who are there in the Ecoholics batch. Okay, this will not conduct on YouTube. Is there any chance of postponement? Praful, they have released the timetable. Very soon they will release the admit card. So I don't think so. Okay. Any doubt till this point? If you have any doubt, can ask. Okay. We have just started our batch for next year. So if you want to enroll, there's a discount coupon available. And you can get that. You'll be able to get discount. Yeah, last 12 months of current affairs, most probably since September 2020. So basics of writing. One is introduction, body and conclusion. So I was saying that you have to write this on the A4 size sheet. It's a plain sheet you have to take. And I make margins because UPSC will give you a copy like this, where you will have space only in between this you can write. Okay. Other areas will not be available for writing. Only you can write in this red line part. So make practice of this. Do not take much space which is not available in the exam. Another thing is how to make use of limited space. You will get questions of 100 words, you will get questions of 200 words and 300 words. How to write introduction, body and conclusion, we'll see in the next slide. Okay. Now first is introduction. Introduction is very important. Whenever you will get a question, always see what is the demand of the question. If you have attended my previous session of answer writing, you will be able to find in the playlist section demand of the question. I have explained there how you can understand the demand of the question. So first is you have to address the demand. It means, if you remember, supply creates its own demand given by the classical economist. Here the formula will not work. Okay, here whatever is demanded you have to supply in the answer. So this is your answer. What you have to answer? Whatever it is asking. So supply what is demanded. Okay, do not write what you know, write only what has been asked. Okay, first is introduction must be indicative. Indicative means examiner should get an idea that you are able to understand the question. So just give indication. Do not try to explain everything in the introduction, and do not try to repeat the question. Okay, do not try to repeat the question. again in the introduction. So if suppose the question is that in India there is a rise in the unemployment, or in India there is a farm crisis, so do not repeat the same words. In the question UPSC is saying that there is a farm crisis, so accept it, write indicative. Okay, it should be one liner or 12 to 14 words, it should not more than, if you are writing 100 words answer, then it should be 12 to 14 words. Same goes for 200 words, you just double it. Okay, for 300 words as well. Now in the introduction, try not to present any content. Okay, try not to present any content, just provide context. So no content, just context, that you are able to understand the question what they are asking. Okay, so I'll take few doubts. RBI DPR will come in March 2020 or September. Sean, we have to see, can't say anything. Maybe by the end of this year or early next year, this is what I can say. Praful is asking, sir, in answer booklet there was a instruction that blank page can be struck out. Yes, so I'll explain. Suppose for example they are saying that you have to attempt 4 questions out of 6. You will find this: attempt 4 questions out of 6, attempt 3 questions out of 5, attempt 7 questions out of 9. So the 2 questions that you are not attempting, you have to strike out. Strike out means you just have to take or draw this kind of line. So just on a A4 size page, strike it out, so that they will not count that question as an attempt. If you do not strike it off, they will consider first 4 questions as attempted. Okay, suppose for example there are 6 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have to do 4 questions out of this. Now you know that that you are not able to solve question number 3 or question number 5. You are not able to attempt it. So what you will do? You open that page and strike it out, and in other you attempt it. Okay, so 3 and 5. If you do not strike it out, what they will consider? They will consider automatically that you have attempted 4 questions. So in that 4, one will be blank, and they will not evaluate the 6th one. I hope the idea is clear. We read only current affairs related to economics or in another sector. Yeah, Mona Lisa, I think current affairs related to economics would serve the purpose, but for GS purpose you have to read big news. Okay, so in coming sessions we will come up with some GS topic, important topics like NRC, farm crisis, disaster management like COVID situation, they can ask in GS. If I write answer in the half of the page, then I'll have to struck out the half page, only striking out the unattempted questions page. Yes, unattempted question you have to strike it out, otherwise no need to strike anything. Okay, okay, done. So how to write introduction, I hope it is clear. Then come on to body. Now body should include keywords, very important. What are the keywords? Like for example, if you are mentioning any name of the ministry, any name of the ministry, any name of the scheme, okay, any name related to the content, like for example any salient features, okay, that is also the part of keywords. So everything around that word revolves, that's the keyword. If you are writing suppose 12 to 14 words or 1 line, 2 lines, you have to carefully take out one single word around which everything will revolve, तो वो keyword होगा. Okay, got it? Now another thing is, do not teach the examiner. This is very important. Students do make mistakes and they write irrelevant things. It means when someone is saying in the question, okay, that in India unemployment is high, okay, or in India there's a problem of climate change. Everywhere is there, but in India, suppose in Delhi there's a problem, or farm crises are going on. So what you do, On the same lines, do not try to teach examiners. Like if you are mentioning that Manrega is able to eradicate the problem of unemployment, then do not try to teach what is Manrega. Okay, just mention Manrega. And I can use a standard abbreviation like WTO is a standard abbreviation, IMF, RBI, these are standard abbreviation. But if you are not using, try to write the full form as well one single time, then you can use the abbreviation. Okay, yes. So for that you have to keep on writing. So do not think that the other person is a foolish person. Those who are evaluating your copy, they know everything. So what is demanded in the question, you write only those things. Do not write irrelevant things. If you write irrelevant things, you will lose out with the words and the time. Okay. Next is facts and figures. Very important. You know that without graph in economics you cannot do anything. So this is a simple demand supply curve, but I'm just telling you the importance of figures. In international economics, you have to make these graphs even if they are not asking. Facts, why facts are important? Because suppose you are saying that fiscal deficit, okay, fiscal deficit in India has been rising, then you should provide the data, because you cannot talk in a vague sentence that it is rising. Okay, so you have to provide data. Whenever you're providing data, write in bracket the month or the source, like RBI is the source, IMF is the source, any credit rating agency if they are predicting any growth rate in India. Okay. Next is contemporary examples. Very important. Contemporary examples, if you provide contemporary example, means the current news that is revolving. This will give the examiner an idea that you are reading the newspaper. If they will get that you are reading the newspaper, okay, they will reward you with marks. So Shravan is asking, what's the best newspaper for IES? I consider the Hindu is the best newspaper because it is content rich. Okay, the Hindu or Business Line, the Hindu Business Line is also good if you want to read any finance newspaper. Okay. Then remedies and solutions. Now this very important point, always keep in mind that UPSC is not asking you the problems. What UPSC is expecting from you is to provide solutions. Now you know the problem of unemployment, problem of safe drinking water, problem of coronavirus is there. But why UPSC will select you? Because you have something which is very different, and that is your viewpoint. So your viewpoint is important, but let me tell you, your own viewpoint they do not want. So do not try to show your ideology. Okay, your viewpoint means whatever you are reading in the newspaper, okay, whatever is there required in the answer. Your personal opinion, no one is bothering. If you think your personal opinion matters a lot, try use Twitter. If you use Twitter, people will accept, then your viewpoint is important. Okay, so I hope आप Twitter पे ट्वीट नहीं करते होगे, ट्वीट करते भी होगे तो उसका कुछ होता नहीं होगा. तो अंडरस्टैंड, आपके खुद के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू का कोई वैल्यू नहीं है इधर पे. आपको अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देना है. क्यों? आप कहाँ से पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू लोगे? जहाँ आप न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ रहे हो. If you are reading newspaper, you are writing the content. Remedies and solution, come back to the previous point. UPSC is not asking you to highlight problems. Problems are still there. So UPSC is looking that you will become a future economist in the Ministry of Finance. You will make the policies. Do you have solutions to the problem? Getting my point? So solutions are important. Provide remedies, solution with evidences, and that too practical suggestions. Okay, impractical solutions UPSC will never appreciate. Conclusion, last, it should be optimistic. Okay, before moving to conclusion, let's see if there are any questions. How many years we have to compare the data? Ankita, It depends on the question. If they are asking decadal comparison, then you have to do decadal comparison. Maybe 1 year is important, but consider data in certain timeline, like at the time of independence, at the time of globalization, LPG, and at the current situation. So take the data of 1950s, then 1990s, and current decade. Okay. Shikha is saying, sir, can we get the test series for IAS? Yes, test series is available. Yeah, thank you, Ankita, for answering. Yashashvi saying, sir, I wanted to ask about the preparation of answers. Is it allowed to use both black and blue pen, and can we underline the point? Yes. Yes, Yashashvi, you can use both black and blue. It depends. But whatever pen you are using, you have to use the same pen throughout it. So if you are writing with blue pen, and underline it with blue only. Do not use black. You will not find time to change the pen very frequently. Okay, you will have very less time. Uska dhyan rakhna. So I would appreciate if you use only one pen, either blue or black. Okay. In the examination center, the invigilators will create some confusion that whether you have to write only with the black or blue, but black and blue both are allowed. In Indian Statistical Services, they have to use black pen for OMR sheet. Okay. I think Yashashvi, it's clear. Yeah. Some BTech graduate with MA Economics, PG. Yes, you can apply, Tom. Any tips for essay paper? Yeah, Rivik, I'll give that. Okay, just try to complete this portion. Okay, next is social and national interests. So first is optimistic, means you will become the part of government. Okay, so you are the young blood of the country. Demographic dividend consists of people like you. If your thought process is not optimistic, if you write pessimistic conclusion, then UPSC will not reward you with the marks. Suppose you are reading a 2-page answer, kisi ka bhi, if you are reading. Now suppose you have read introduction, okay, then they have written body, okay, and at last conclusion. So what examiners do? This is your introduction, this is your body, and this is your conclusion. After reading conclusion, examiner will give marks. So your conclusion must be very good, so that examiner will understand, no, this person knows economics, this person reads newspaper, this person knows how we can solve any problem. So it must be optimistic. If it is not optimistic, then obviously the examiner will think that the student is still pessimistic in his or her 20s. What will happen later on? So social and national interest, another important thing. You have to keep in mind that India's interest is the most important part, then human interest will come, or human rights. Like for example, in vaccination drive, even Indians will not get vaccine, but the people of Bhutan should get a vaccine because of the national interest. Because if we will not give vaccine to Bhutanese people or our neighborhood, then China will give. Getting my point? So there's a tussle in our neighborhood. So social and national interest you have to keep in mind. Okay. Next is contemporary relevance. Now you cannot write anything which is not applicable in today's world. It was there in the book you must be reading in 1991 that was happened, but you cannot write the same solution or same conclusion in 2021. So it must be of contemporary relevance. It means it should be, the solution should be relevant in terms of COVID times. Okay. Next is balanced opinion wherever needed. Now whenever UPSC is not asking to take a stand, do not take it. Give balanced opinion. Like the questions they will ask related to evaluate, the questions they will ask related to comment. Do not provide the stand. Give balanced opinion. Now take stand. Whenever they are asking, like, do you think that these new farm bills will be beneficial for the agricultural sector in the long run? Now here they are asking directly. If I'll ask you, are you ready for the exam? You will say yes or no. You have to take stand. So it depends on the question. Whenever it is needed in the question, you have to take stand at last, because if you will not take the stand, UPSC will not give marks. Because why? Suppose you are the part of the government and you are taking certain policy, you have to take certain decision. If you are not taking any stand, like how can you become a good leader? So leadership is important. And at last, be realistic. Okay, do not give suggestions which is not applicable in real life. Okay, like do this, do that, distribute vaccine for free, distribute food grains for free. You know that there's a certain kind of cost. Government is also having a limitation of taxpayers' money. They have limited amount of resources. It should be realistic. If you do not give realistic solution, you will not get marks. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see some questions. Akshay is asking, so how many questions are come from mathematics and statistics subjects? Yeah, less questions. I think in the part B, you will get some questions. The numbers keep on changing every year, but not more than, I can say, 5 or 6 questions you have to do. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Sakshi. Now this is the revision chart. Any doubt in the answer writing you can ask before we move to the another area. Any doubt can ask. Revision. Okay, the most important thing is current affairs. Whether they are asking directly in the question or not, but you have to incorporate current events, because if you do not incorporate current events, examiner will get an idea that this person is not reading the newspaper. And if you are not reading the newspaper, I would say that in a democracy, every citizen should read the newspaper. And here you are preparing for this prestigious examination, so you must read. It will leave a bad impression. Okay. Next is make a formula sheet on A4 size page. Try writing some formula so that you can revise. In every economics models are there. Assumptions are important. So make sure you remember all the assumptions. Okay, in short as well. Then graph. Make sure you make graph. Graphs are important in explaining things, especially in international economics. You cannot explain anything without graph. Focus on PYQs. See PYQs on a daily basis so that you will remain on track. In the last 15 days, do not read anything new. If you are reading anything new, it means you are losing time. Losing time in reading the new thing, because new thing will not be there in the mind in the examination hall. And you are losing opportunity cost of revision. Okay, so that is again flow chart. Suppose for example you are writing answer. Okay, you have less space available. You have written. Now suppose 2-3 lines are available. If those 2-3 lines, instead of those 2-3 lines, you can make a flow chart. If that flow chart explains more than what you can explain in 2-3 lines, make that flow chart. Okay, it will be helpful. Writing sessions, I told you that currently on Ecoholics app we are conducting writing sessions as well. In those writing sessions, what you have to do, from 9 am to 12 pm and from 2 pm to 5 pm, you have to keep on writing on a daily basis in the last 15 days. Okay, उस time लिखना ही लिखना है, because at same time you have to write in the examination hall as well. And I would request all of you, the last thing is revise, revise and revise. Revision is the key. If you do not revise, you will forget everything. Okay, because your mind will work at 50% efficiency in the examination hall, or maybe less. This is highest. Okay. So 2 things are important. First, you do revision plus writing practice, both at the same time. It will end up in selection. This year, 12 out of 31 selections in the written examination from Ecoholics. So it's more than 40%, or approximately 40% is the result from Ecoholics in IES examination. Students are giving interview. You can watch their story on our YouTube channel as well, and as soon as they will give the interview, we'll call them in a live session so that you can interact. So revision plus answer writing practice is equals to selection. Always remember. Okay. These are the exam day rituals, very important for all of you. 15 minutes before, if your exam starts at 9 a.m., try to sit on your seat at 8:45 a.m. and try to calm down your breath. Okay. So breathe in, breathe out. Do it this 15 minutes before so that you'll feel relaxed. Okay. 15 minutes before, you have to sit on your seat. In the next session at 2 p.m., try to reach at your seat at 1:45 p.m. Although if there is no invigilator, no student, but you should sit 15 minutes before. Next is utilize your break well. Do not try to revise each and everything. And take rest as well. Give your mind rest between 12 to 2 p.m. You'll get a 2 hours break between two paper on each day. So what you have to do, a small flipping of pages and revising something, and then take lunch and at least sit 30 minutes blank. Okay. Try to give some time to your mind. Now what to do after 5 p.m.? So after the second shift, 2 to 5 p.m., when you go home or go to your place, hotel, etc., try to arrange some ice, and for 15 minutes put your writing hand into that ice bowl so that it will relax your hand for the next day. And when you come back to your hotel after 7 p.m., you can do revision and mental framework. How will you attempt the exam? What you haven't done in the first day, you can implement a change in the second day. So it's kind of a cricket match which we call a test match. So physical and mental fatigue will be there. So try to neutralize that by doing the same things at your home before the examination. Okay. So let's see what are the things that you are asking. Smriti is asking in answer in points or paragraph. I have explained many times, it depends on the question. If they are asking discuss, then obviously you cannot write in bullet points. Okay. And if they are asking that what are the salient features, then you can write in the bullet points, depend on the question. How a theory questions need to attempt like this micro for especially for the conclusion part. Yeah, in the conclusion part, so whatever the question they are asking, and you can write the conclusion regarding that. Like perfect competition, you can give one example of perfect competition if it is required. So again, the first thing is demand of the question. If demand of the question is there to write the conclusion, you can write, otherwise no need. Okay. Ankita Mahajan is saying, I've started the new batch of IAS, but I don't get what to write on 2 pages only and to contract my answer. Ankita, in the new batch, it has just started, so I am busy in conducting sessions for our previous batches. So give me some time. After this examination, we'll do answer writing session on every Sunday. So if one of our students, old students, who are attending the sessions, they are currently undergoing this hardcore answer writing practice sessions. So just give some time, try to read for 1 month, try to come out with the pace in the batch, then we'll do answer writing. We'll let you know each and everything, how to contract it. So you have joined for the live classes or the recorded classes, Ankita? Try to read the study material what we provide in the hard copy. Yeah, Mona Lisa, on be realistic, we give our own view or views of the news. Yeah, views of the news, not your own opinion. Amita is saying exam English language. Yes, English language mein hota hai, not in Hindi, only English. Sir, one question, what are the policy implication of Phillips curve? Policy implication of Phillips curves can be in a 2 different scenario. First is regarding inflation and unemployment short term, and then in the long run, if it is vertical, we can say that the policy implications will change. So one thing is like in 1970s, Phillips curve was not replicating the same scenario of the US economy, because in US in 1970s inflation and unemployment both were rising. So the implication is, yes, it is quite evident that the unemployment inflation is having a trade-off, but in the long run it may be a vertical. Samiksha is saying thank you Samiksha. Proful is saying okay, so when it's marks will be published. Proful, after the final result. Marks will be published only after the final result, 1 month after the final result. Yes, we teach IES from the scratch in Ecoholics app. Yes, starting from very basics. Even if you are not from economics background, you will understand everything. Even if you are not from maths background, you will understand each and everything. That is my commitment. Tommy is asking, do you teach IES? Yes. Sikha is saying, sir, can we consider 5 years question paper for GS? Questions, they will not repeat. Last 3 years would serve our purpose. Okay. Live classes with test series. Okay, Ankita. Any tips for essay paper? Yeah, the same introduction, body and conclusion, you have to follow that. But in essay, you can write some more points which is not there in answer writing. Answer writing is to the point, like you're writing 12th board answer and a board examination, 12th class if you remember. But in essay, you have free hand, you can write examples. Okay. So what Ecoholics can do in last 15 days, and a mentorship session, if you want to connect directly with me, if you are giving exam, if you are a serious candidate, you can connect directly on call with me. You'll get live and recorded classes, weekly answer writing practice that we will provide, weekly answer, okay, remember weekly, with the timely evaluation before the next test. So what we do is, you get the test on Sunday, and by the next Sunday you will get your copy, so that you can evaluate what you have mistakes you have done, like this. Okay, hard copy study material will be delivered at your place, and doubt sessions will conduct doubt sessions for your more clarification with voice support, not the chat support. Okay. Now new batch we have started. The current discount is going on. Coupon code is available in the description. So new batch for 2022, you'll get these kind of things. These are the characteristics. Live classes plus recorded classes. It includes English classes, full economics 4 paper, as well as guidance session of GS. Okay, guidance session of GS, all 4 paper economics and English. Answer writing practice, live answer writing practice we do. Okay, live. This is something no one provides in the whole country. Live answer writing practice. Study material would be delivered to you by post. Study material would include general English, general studies, plus 4 papers of economics. Okay. So that's it from my side, and all the best to all of you. So if you are attempting for IES 2022, there's a discount coupon available in the comment section, and that coupon will be valid till 30th June only. After that there won't be any discount, because this is like we are ending the season. So that is from 1st July, there won't be any discount on that. Okay. Yes, Ankita. Yeah, thank you everyone. Yeah, our current students are attending. See, we take a student's query very seriously, that is my promise. If you have anything, any suggestion, you can write on the academics email. And this is my WhatsApp number, so those who are giving this year's attempt, they can contact on this number. And this is, if I write on a bigger font, 722 394 6092. Okay, if you want to connect with me, this is my WhatsApp number, and you can also call, take the appointment, and we'll make sure we can connect. Yes, study material, for some of you it has been dispatched, because every 6 months we review our study material. Every 6 months we review our study material. So currently it was under review. Some of the students already got the study material. Some of you will get soon. Okay, so be patient. It's a COVID time, maybe some delay in the delivery, but you will get it soon. Okay, thank you so much everyone, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys, and I'm also excited to see you in the class, but I'll take your classes only after this year's examination, after taking care of our previous batches. Okay, so that is our responsibility, so keep them on toes so that they will not leave any stone unturned in the exam. Okay guys, thank you so much. I will see you on next Sunday with another session. Yeah, it is not possible for a single person to teach all the subjects. Okay, my dear students. Yeah, we care about quality, so don't worry, you will get the utmost quality.